It has been said that success is going from failure to failure without any loss of enthusiasm. But what happens when that enthusiasm is lost? What happens when our efforts don't amount up to our expectations?
Digamos, tiene muchos agujeros.
My name is Tyler Rickenbach, and I am a director and I'm a writer. And today on Storytime, we're going to talk about one of my favorite books and perhaps one of the most influential books that I've read. It's called Grit, and it's by Angela Duckworth. Angela Duckworth is a psychologist, and she has conducted hundreds of interviews with people from around the world to determine what grit really is. I'm really fascinated by becoming a better version of yourself, and I often find myself talking about that with everyone. But she absolutely captures all of that in this book, which is why I love it so much. But of the 349 pages, there's one paragraph that I think you should know. It's the paragraph that changed everything for me. In sum, there may be gritty villains in the world, but my research suggests there are many more gritty heroes. Now, the reason why that means so much to me is because it's easy to get discouraged when you find that your efforts don't seem to align with the success or the goals that you have. It's easy to get discouraged when you've had setbacks in your life and you feel like you're failing. But I'm telling you, if there's anything that this book has given me, and that there are grittier heroes more so than there are grittier villains. And that means you and me, the people that are trying to make a difference. It has been said that success is going from failure to failure without any loss of enthusiasm. But what happens when that enthusiasm is lost? When our efforts don't amount up to our expectations? Let me tell you a story. In 2011, I was 19 years old, and I was a missionary in Ecuador. And I had been in Ecuador for by this point in my mission, I understood the Spanish language. I could communicate really well for the most part, and I was able to, share our message. There was one area that I was in, is in Sangol Key, and there was this remote location at the very outskirts of our assigned area. And I felt like my companion and I needed to go there and talk to people. We got off the bus and, it drives past like you see in the movies. And then right out in front of me, there was just this long stretch of kind of dirt road and then houses on the left and on the right. And I honestly felt like I was walking into a Hollywood set. There was a local market, there was little tiendas, little stores, and everyone was going about doing their business. And I want to say there was around 56 homes in this little section. And we knocked on every single door. And we talked to as many people as we possibly could. But when we reached the end, the people were outside, they were chatting. There was just a group of people came up and we said, "Hey, we're missionaries and we have this message we want to share with you." And they laughed us to scorn. Their response was, "Yeah, no thanks, we don't want to talk to you." And they were mocking us for being there. And I remember thinking to myself, I'm in a third world country. I left my home to tell you what I'm about to tell you and you don't want to listen to me. It honestly broke my heart. I was there's no really words to describe. I was so discouraged because I felt like we needed to be here, and yet every single person rejected us. You want to talk about failure? I absolutely felt like a failure in this moment. And I remember walking away with my head hung low. I looked at my companion and I said, "Look, we're going back home." We got back to our apartment, and as I got down on my knees and I started praying. Why did we go here? I felt like this is what we needed to do, and yet every single person we talked to either laughed at us or closed the door on us. I was in tears and I didn't know what to say. But then it hit me. I felt this calm, reassuring feeling that what I had done was what I needed to do. I was never told that I was going to be successful. I was just told to go. And that's exactly what I did. As Steve Jobs said, you can't ever connect the dots looking forward, but when you look backward, that's when you find out why things happened the way they did. That was a pivotal moment in my life, because guess what? On the next day, I got up and I said, Roger out, we're going back. And I got up and I did it again and again and again. Because I truly believe this. When you've risen to the challenges before you, finding strength to do what might have seemed impossible, you'll realize that the goals you achieved were connected in some way, shape, or form to the benefit of other people. If you are in the business of making a difference in people's lives, you are going to see it change you. You're going to see it change other people's lives. And you are going to be that gritty hero that the world needs. I have spent hours, if not days, debating and contemplating what to say about this book. And it has come down to this paragraph, that there are gritty heroes in the world. And those gritty heroes can be you and me. If this helped you in some way, shape, or form, I'd appreciate it if you hit subscribed. And I'll see you next time. Roger out.